How to divide decimals. So let's start with a simpler one. 36.5 divided by 5. So it's a decimal we divided by a whole number. So let's divide this. So let's have this a vertical bar and a pendulum that is commonly used for long division, and then the 36.5 and the divisor 5. Now for the rule for dividing decimals, the divisor must be always a whole number. If the divisor is a decimal, then you have to move the decimal point in order to make it whole number. And later you will see how it will work if we have that kind of example. But for now, we'll have this as this is simpler than those examples. So let's continue. So 7, because 7 times 5 is 35, and that's closest to 36. Then subtract that, the difference is 1, and then bring down 5. So 15 divided by 5 is, copy the decimal point, and then 3. So 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract, we get a difference of 0. So nothing to bring down. So that means the final answer is 7.3. How about this? 216 divided by 1.8. So we have a whole number divided by a decimal. So let us find the quotient. So let's have the symbol for long division, a vertical bar and the vinculum. And then let's put the dividend 216 and the divisor is 1.8. So as you can see, the divisor is a decimal and we have to find ways to make it a whole number. That means we need to move the decimal point. But the rule is when you move the decimal point of the divisor, you also have to do it in the same way in the dividend. But first, where's the decimal point of the dividend? Since it's a whole number is invisible but it's always at the right side. So it's there. And then we will move the decimal point. So observe that as we move one place for the divisor to be whole number, we should always do the same way in the dividend. So if it's moved twice, you have to do also twice in the dividend. So it must be always the same. So now since one space is created, then we have to supply it with 0. So now we will continue dividing. So 21 divided by 18, that will be 1, as 18 will be the closest. Then subtract. So 21 subtracted by 18, it will be 3. Bring down 6. So 36 divided by 18, that will be 2, because 2 times 18 is 36. Then subtract, we have 0. So although already have 0, we still have 1 to we still have a 0 to bring down. So let's continue. So 0 divided by 18 is 0, because 0 times 18 is 0. Then let's subtract, that's obviously 0. So our quotient is 120. Now how about this? 2.145 divided by 1.3. So we have two decimals, both the dividend and the divisor. So let's find the quotient. So let's have the symbol for long division, and then the dividend 2.145 and the divisor 1.3. So as I said, the divisor must be whole. That means we need to move the decimal point. So let's move this. So since it is moved once, then we have to move once also in the dividend. So now it is 21.45 divided by 13. And then let's divide. So 21 divided by 13 will be 1. 1 times 13 is 13, and subtract. So the difference is 8. And then bring down 4. So we have 84 divided by 13. But before that, let's copy the decimal point. And so we have 6, because 6 times 13 is 78, and that's the closest with 84. And then we will subtract. So the difference is 6. And then bring down 5. So 65 divided by 13 will be 5, because 5 times 13 is exactly 65. Then if you subtract, that will be 0, and there's nothing to bring down. So the quotient is 1.65. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have learned from this video. Please support my channel by pressing the subscribe button, and also write the math topics you want to learn on the comments section.